This is going to be a complete admin terminal area overview for the Vidiot system. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to the sort of the landing page here, the index page, which is going to be, there's a few ways you can access it. You've probably already figured this out. I've set a static IP, which you can find in the easy server setup part of this documentation, I believe. And my IP is 192.168.2.200 on this machine. And I know I've got all my video files in a folder called Vidiot 4. So you'll need to make sure that stuff is correct there, and as long as that is correct, then you will certainly land on this page. So this means that you can access the admin area that's sitting on your server anywhere on your drop zone, as long as you've got the static IP set up from Manifest or anywhere you want, as long as you're on the local network. So I'm going to log in here to admin, and here I'm using just the demo database. So the password is just admin and admin. So we'll log in. We've got some dummy data in there of me just playing around and whatnot. So I'm going to start up here in the left-hand corner, and you can see we've got a menu here. So under settings, we've got configuration, emails, passwords, and Vidiots. Then we've got a payments button and a help button and a log out button. So just go through some of these here. So configuration, you need to set this up immediately once you want to start using this program at your drop zone. It will probably ship with some dummy data in there, and you'll be connected to the demo database, but it's important that you contact me, get your own unique database credentials, and then you configure the Vidiot program for your drop zone. So we go in here, and as you can see, this is where we're going to put in all the information for our drop zone. Okay, so this is all pretty self-explanatory. Drop zone name, physical address, drop zone city, drop zone state or province, postal code or zip code, the 2-letter ISO 3166 country code. You'll need to search for this and get that in there. If this isn't correct, your weather widget won't work. And then it's also very important that you choose your correct time zone and make sure that's in there, because otherwise, when you're searching for customers and whatnot, some of the times might be off, and you could experience some technical errors for sure. So make sure you get that right. Phone number, put in your full HTTPS www web address, your drop zone www logo URLs. So this goes in emails and stuff, and then there's info in here that tells you what you need to do to put in the logo height and how to do that. Info here tells you what it's about for your email addresses, Google reviews link, sharing URL for drop zone media. It's not required if you don't want to put it in. All the info is there. It tells you what it is. Your logo for photo watermarking, and then you can view the current watermark if there's one in there. If there is no watermark, then you won't see this button. And if for some reason you update and then you go in and it's the same logo watermark, clear your cache or refresh the page. It's probably caching the old logo watermark. You can set your default media package here. This is really important you do this. Whatever you sell the most of, that's what you're going to want to put in here. At my local DZ, we were using edited hand cam photos and videos was basically the package that we pretty much sold 98% of the time. So you want to set that just so that you don't have to change it. But you can put obviously whatever you want in there, whatever you're going to sell the most of is what you want to set it to. So I'm just going to leave it there. Raw video sharing. So this changes everything going forward. It changes the folder structure is what it does. It puts the raw video folders inside the folder that you're going to share with a customer. If you have it set to yes, and if you have it set to no, then it's not going to put the raw video folder inside the shared folder that you are going to share with each customer. So that just depends on what you want to do. I think there you go, some information there about it. The weather widget, this is just going to be on the Vidiot terminal area homepage. You can turn this on or off if you want. You need to make sure you put in the correct city. And then down here, this is really important. We're using the demo database, so I know it's set up at the subdomain demo.tandemvideo.com. But more info here. I'm going to give you, or we're going to decide upon, a subdomain for your drop zone. And that is what you are going to put in there, and you're basically going to put it in there and you're going to forget about it. Delete database connections files. This would be if you're going from the demo database to your own database. You would want to reconfigure that, and there's some info here that tells you about it. And then SMTP credential files. This is for email. So in some circumstances, you might need to delete that, and reconfigure it. But you should probably know what you're doing before you start reconfiguring that, and make sure that you probably talk to me. And then make sure once you're done all that, you hit update configuration. I'm not updating anything, so I'm just going to go straight back. Next thing we're going to look at is the next item is emails. So this is where you can go in and you can configure all of this stuff. There's 3 emails that you could possibly send. Well, there's technically 4. One goes out upon customer registration, but it's a standard email that doesn't really need to be changed. It just tells the customer that we've recorded their email address and it is correct and we have you on file. Email 1 and email 2 are going to be emails that you are going to want to configure, regardless of what package you are selling. And you can view a sample email of what that's going to look like, and you have the ability to change some of the content in the emails here. And then the last one here, which is email 3, this is only necessary to set this up if you plan on sharing or if you plan on editing videos and sending them out to the customer. If you decide that you're going to just provide raw video to all your customers, then you really don't have to worry about this one. But if you are going to send an edited video, you're going to want to configure this email. So we'll go back. And then the next one is passwords. So immediately what you're going to want to do once you get set up with a database from me is you're going to want to go in, you're going to want to set your passwords. So you can do whatever you want, customer terminal. If you're deciding that you want to have customers sign up on their own devices, you can just give them the web address to the sign up form, and then they'll be prompted to put in their password, and you'll just give them the password, let them sign up there. But you're going to want to rotate these passwords if you do that, because it might mean that somebody who might be upset for whatever reason could go in and or maybe they're just having a good time after their skydive and they go in and log in and decide they want to put in some fake names and some inappropriate photos. So you're going to want to rotate your passwords if you do that. Otherwise, if you're not giving the password out, you wouldn't need to be rotating these. The Vidiot terminal, same thing. You can set the username and the password, whatever you want. And then the admin terminal, this one's really important. Once you set this, make sure you look at it, whatever it is, right? And whatever it is in there, make sure if they don't match, then it's not going to let you register. But make sure you know exactly what these are and write them down, keep them somewhere, because if you lose this right now, there's no way to retrieve it. So don't lose it. Don't forget it. Write it down somewhere where you're not going to lose it, or you're going to have to contact me and I'm going to have to reset your password for you, okay? I'm on the demo database here, so as you can see, I can try to update. It's not going to let me. It says I can't change the password, so I'm in the demo database. They weren't matching anyway, so it wouldn't let me. But that's how you set up and edit your passwords. So make sure you do that immediately once you start getting set up. The Vidiots, this is where you go in and add your employees and put them in here. And some people might be able to do ultimate videos, some people may not. Like maybe a regular Vidiot's going to be all of your tandem instructors who do hand cam, plus maybe people that only do outside video. And then an ultimate Vidiot would be, I guess, only people that could maybe do ultimate videos. So generally the way I have this set up is that the ultimate Vidiot is going to be, in our situation, it was the tandem instructor. So the tandem instructor just does the inside video, and all they do is the free fall and the canopy stuff. And then the regular Vidiot, in an ultimate scenario, would do the full video, the ground interview and takeoff and free fall and landing and all, final interview, all that stuff. So that's the way we had it set up. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter, but you're going to need to input your camera people and your employees in here. So I'm just going to go back. And okay, next is help. This is just going to take you directly to the documentation on skydivesoftware.com, and then obviously the log out button. Next thing here is the default search. So how this works and how it's designed to work is that you're either going to want the default search to be registered customers or waiting customers. So if you're working in Manifest, then you're going to want this set to registered customers. So every time you leave the page, like let's just say, and I'll explain this in a minute, let's just say I go to customer photo or customer info, and then I update and I come back, then it's always going to show me the default registered customers because maybe you're working in Manifest, you can see their names, you're making certificates, whatever you're doing. If it was set to waiting customers, and I'll explain that in a minute, then every time you're going to have to go into registered customers and you're going to have to search the date, and then you'll get the registered customers. What do we got here? Oh, it's not for today. So default registered customers is going to show every single registered customer in the system from today until the beginning of time. So, so again, if you're using it in Manifest, you're probably going to want it to default to all the registered customers so you can see what's going on for that day. Now with waiting, this is something that you're going to want to use as you're sending out sharing links. So I'm going to go and I'm going to send out the link to this person, and I'm going to put paste their link in here, and then I'm going to send the sharing link, and then basically I need to go back to that admin area after I send the sharing link. And when I do that, it's just going to take me back and show me all the default waiting customers. With the customer that I just sent the link to, they're going to be gone. Otherwise, if you have this set on registered customers, then you're going to have to every time go in here and search for the waiting customers and then send out the link, and that's just going to take too much time. So you would change this depending on what your desired task is at the time. So that's that. Next, we've got search here. So you can search for anything, first name or a last name. If you search for a first and a last name, you might not get a result. So just try searching for a first name or a last name. Or alternatively, you can search for an email address. So I can see we're on November 11th here. So I'm just going to copy this email address. I'm going to post it in there. And actually, I'm going to search for... let's just go back to the 11th here, and to the 11th here. Oh, that's December. We want to go to the 11th of November. There we go. So I'm probably going to get a few results. You can see there's 2 people registered with the same email address, and that's fine. People can register with the same email address. Maybe it's a mother with I don't know, a minor that doesn't have an email address or something like that. Depending on whether or not you jump with minors or not, I don't know, but. Having the same email address is fine, but having the same name registered on the same day isn't going to work, and I will explain that. So if I search here now, I'm going to search for registered customers, any package type on November the 11th with this email address. Search, what do I get? I get 1 person on the 11th. So let's see, why didn't I get the other ones here? Jamie at Skydive Media Solutions. Let's try this again. Copy, V, the 11th, registered customers, all package types. Okay, let's go back and look for under registered. Oh, it's because I was looking at the waiting customers there before. That's why I didn't get it, right? So I was looking at the waiting customers. So if we try that again and I put in the email address and I search for waiting customers I have to go back in here, type in November the 11th. And all package types. Now I should get, as you can see, I've only got 2 people on the 11th with that email address. So if I search, I should get Austin Matthews and Curtis Joseph. There they are right there, and we can find them by searching the email address, right? And if we were to search for like I don't know, complete customers or something like that, then if that person exists on that day with that email address, then we would get that. And I've just used my email address for all the dummy data in here, and that's why I get so many results. But obviously email addresses are unique, and you probably won't have too many of the same in your system. Next, we're going to go to what these different search results mean here. So the default search, I think that's just going to be whatever your default search is. So it's waiting customers. There we go. And I think what we're getting here is, yes, we've got this date. Very important you check the date and see what dates you're searching. You can see I went to waiting customers, it took me to waiting customers, which is my default search. And if I went to registered customers, and I did a search for that name on the default search, then it would probably give me registered customers here, I'm assuming. It does. It gives me registered customers, but we're searching on the 3rd of December, and we don't have any registered customers on the 3rd of December. Okay, so we'll just stay on registered here, and there we go. We changed that. Now we've got every registered customer from today back until the beginning of time that's registered in the system. So the next is going to be incomplete customers. So this is going to be a customer that has been started by someone, one of your camera people, and for some reason they weren't completed. They weren't sent a teaser photo. Sending the teaser photo will change the status of the customer. So this is where you would find them if maybe you needed to search for incomplete customers for any reason. Generally speaking, you're not going to have a lot of customers in the as incomplete customers. Usually it's if there was some sort of a problem or something screwed up, or like maybe the video person realized that they didn't get any free fall photos because their camera malfunctioned, SD card, whatever it is, I don't know. But they'll remain incomplete once they've been started by the Vidiot. Once they've been created is the button that you push, and they'll remain incomplete until they're sent a teaser photo. So that's what you would search for here. And I'm not sure if we have any incomplete customers. I'll just go back, way back here, all package types, and see if we've got anything. And as you can see, there aren't any. So, which isn't odd whatsoever. So now we can go into waiting customers, and I'll explain that. So what a waiting customer is, that's somebody who's waiting for a sharing link. So your camera people have dropped all of their media for their customer, and they have sent them a teaser photo. And then once that's been done, they go into this waiting status, okay? And that's why we have this waiting button right here. So if I click on search right now, we've got the same dates in here, July 7th, 2021. You can see that I've got everybody in here. It even says right here, it gives you the status, customer waiting for a link, okay? So all of these customers right now, you have not paid for. So there's no payments for anybody that doesn't receive a sharing link. It's not until you send the sharing link that you are charged for that customer. So this is how you could search for all those customers if you wanted. And again, another way to do that is just to click on the default search right here, change it to waiting, and you're going to get everybody who's waiting for a sharing link. And obviously you want to keep this empty. You want to be sending people links as their media gets uploaded to the cloud, because you obviously want people waiting for as little time as possible, because you know just as well as I do that everybody's really anxious to get their skydive photos and video. So I'm going to go back to registered here, and then we'll go through the last one. So complete customers is going to be, I'm going to go back and I'm going to choose a date back in time here, and I'm going to search, and we're going to see every customer that matches that has been complete from, in this case, September the 1st until December the 3rd. And you can see there's 6 records found here. And this here, if you were to search for, let's just go into payments here. Okay, I should probably explain this. Right now, I've been kind of messing around with the demo database a little bit and deleting some things and whatnot. But for example, you can see November here. So November is the only month that we have registered for payments. That it tells you about how you get charged here. I already told you, you get charged based on how many people you send links, and then there's a pay now button. It just will immediately take you right to my PayPal account, and then it shows you exactly how much money you owe in Canadian dollars, because everything's charged in Canadian dollars. And then you can pay it just like that. And if you wanted to check just to make sure that this was accurate and this number's right, you can see here we are in November 2021. So I could go back, and you can see the processed customers are 6 here. So I could go back and I could go into the search function here, and let's just see. Let me go back. I'm going to put in November 1st, and then I'm going to put in November 31st, or 30th. November only has 30 days. And then I'm going to search for complete customers here. all package types, right? Because it doesn't matter what the package type is, as soon as you send them a link, you get charged for that. So I'm going to go to search, and if it's functioning properly, it should say result 6, and there we go, 6 records. So that's how that's how payments work, and that's how you're charged. So, okay, so next here, the last thing on the list is deleted or weathered out customers. So if I go to that and I search the same date, that's just all package types. We're going to see what happens here. And we get 6 people here as well that have all been deleted. You can see their status is weathered, deleted. And you can get rid of people. Anybody who is a registered customer, let's just see here. If I go to registered on those dates, see what we have, right? So you can see you have the ability to delete this customer if they're in the registered status. But if we were to search again for like waiting customers, you don't have the option to delete a waiting customer. The only customer that you can delete is a registered customer. So if we go back to register, let's just go back to registered customers here. Now the other option we have here as well, when we're looking at each customer, is that we also have the ability to re-register customers for today. So if you decide not to delete a customer, just leave them as registered in there, and it doesn't matter, you can just leave them in there, it's no big deal. And let's say they get weathered out and they're going to come back the next day, or maybe they come back like 3 years later. It doesn't matter. All you'd need to do, as long as you didn't delete them, all you would need to do is search for their name as a registered customer. And if they showed up, if you found them just like this, the only thing you need to do is click on re-register for today. And as long as there was no other customer registered for today with the same name, the exact same name, then you would be able to re-register that customer and they would not need to sign up through the customer form again. So let's just go ahead and give that a try. Re-register for today. Are you sure? Yep, I'm sure. John Doe 1. Here we go. And there we go there. So we can see now that with our default registered search, it gives us the latest registered customer. So that, in this case, is John Doe 1. You can see now they've been re-registered for December the 3rd. At 18:47 and 50 seconds, we are set in the Africa Johannesburg time zone right now, and that's why you're getting that. And you can see on my computer that it's 11:48 in the morning on December the 3rd, where I am. So again, this is why it's important to make sure you set the proper time zone. And you can see here now we do not have a re-register for today because we know that we don't need to re-register them today because it is today. And you're able to delete that customer from here too. So moving forward here, the next thing is, well, we can look just across here. You can obviously see their name, email address, the registered date, who the Vidiot might be, and if there's an ultimate Vidiot. This is obviously not set because they've just been registered and nobody has dropped any video yet. Gives you their status right here. It's all color-coded. And their default media package right here. So this would be, as I just said, this is found in the configuration settings right there, and you would set the default media package right there to whatever you plan on selling the most of. Now let's just say there's a couple scenarios. Maybe you sell an ultimate video, so you're going to change that, and let's just say you decide you're doing edited ultimate videos. So you would just change that in here if that's what the customer bought, and then you're just going to know that it's an edited ultimate video and not an edited hand cam video. And this helps your Vidiot people when they go over and they see who their customer is. They're going to be like, oh, it's an ultimate video. And so they kind of know what's going on there. Now, the other reason you might want to change this is if for some reason you have some sort of a screw up. And let's say that you don't get, let's say the customer or the video person did not get video, but they got photos. Obviously, in the reverse scenario, if they got video and they didn't get photos, if they captured video and didn't get photos, you could probably take screenshots of the video and give that to the customer. But if you don't get the video, then there's no real way to produce video again. So what you might want to do here is just go into hand cam photos only. And if we click on that and we set that up, now you can see it's HC photos only. So this is also going to help your editor. If you decide you want to have an editor, they're going to see this and they're going to go, oh, HC photos only. There's no video associated with this account, so I don't need to edit that video. All right. And you can go in here and change the media package in any way you want. And as you can see, there's, I think, pretty much every possible media package you can imagine. I don't know, maybe you have some like live, like Facebook feed videos that you do. I'm not sure, but obviously it doesn't account for that. But I think I've pretty much got every single video package that you would want to sell to your customers in there. So the next thing here, we're going to go to customer info. All right. So when we go in here, let's say somebody, maybe they put in the wrong name and they're like, oh, I don't want this name. I don't want to be known by this name and whatever. I don't know. It happens. Trust me. So when they are a registered customer, so before they've started to be processed by the Vidiot, you are given the ability to make this change. All right. So let's say they're like, oh, I don't want my name to be John. I just want it to be spelt John, right? So we can do that and we can just click update and we're going to update that customer, and provided there's nobody else in the system with the name exactly JONDOE1, then it will allow us to update that customer. We can also change an email address if they say, you know, I didn't get the registration email. Can you tell me like maybe why, like I didn't get it? Like, can you check my email address for me? Maybe I put in the wrong email address. And believe it or not, even though you have to confirm your email address, people still put in the wrong email address twice. So we can make changes to that right here if we have to. For the Vidiot, well, we can't change that yet because it's not set. So right now it's not giving us the option, but we could put in some notes here if we needed to about the customer. Like maybe they have a friend, and as I said, like maybe they want to jump with their friend. So just like put in, I don't know, like I think I did this before, Frank's friend, right? So, and then we would just update the details, and it would update that. You can see success, customer updated, and then we would go back to the page here. So now let's look at, I'm going to take John Doe here, and I'm going to re-register John Doe for the day. So John Doe is getting re-registered now. Now we've got John Doe and John Doe 1, both registered on December the 3rd. So I'm going to go back into customer info here for John Doe 1. And I'm like, oh, I made a mistake. I spelled my name wrong. I'm going to put in John. I want it to be John Doe. And I go to update the name. It's not going to allow me. Why did that happen? We're going to have to figure this out. Stay tuned. Silly me. I see what's going on here. So it allowed me because there's nobody with the name John Doe in there. I thought there was somebody with the name John Doe, but there isn't. Why? Because the spelling's different. So if we were to take this and we made it Jon Doe, just like that, and updated the name, I changed the previous customer to exactly this name, so we should get an error here, and bam, there we do. Problem, another customer, John Doe, exists on the same date, name not changed, so you cannot make that change. And if we go back and we have a look here, you can see there's a customer right here named John Doe on the same date, which is why we cannot update that name. Okay, so next thing we're going to look at here is, let's see. So we'll just have a look at, I suppose, this metadata here. So right here, you're going to be able to see how many photos and videos have been uploaded by your video person. So right now, just because the person's been registered, you're not going to, obviously there's nothing put in there, so these should all be empty. So you have raw videos, uploaded photos, uploaded ultimate videos, and uploaded ultimate photos. This will remain at 0 always if it's not an ultimate video, obviously. And then we have the customer folder file count. So this is going to be in, and you'll need to refer to the documentation where you can find the folder structure and how this works, so you can understand the folder structure that the Vidiot program creates. But these are going to be used through the folder scanning tool. And what they're going to do is they're just going to help you mitigate any errors if you're editing videos. If you're not editing any videos, then you will not need to worry about this. But what this is going to do when used with the folder scanning tool, which you can probably find some documentation in the docs here, what that folder scanning tool does is it allows you to scan the edited video folders and see if an MP4 file exists in those video folders. And if it does, it will update this number in the database to reflect that. So let's say you you have an editor and they think they've got everything done. And then what you do is you scan that folder and you see that there's one customer that doesn't have, that still is showing a 0 in the folder file count. Then you're going to know that obviously there's some sort of a problem there. And, you know, it could be something simple like maybe the video was rendered out into the wrong folder or something like that. But it helps you to mitigate those errors before they happen. So customers aren't sending you messages saying my edited video folder is empty. And you got to figure out, you know, why it's empty, and you can kind of figure it out before you send out emails to customers telling them that their edited video is ready. And again, this is only if you're sending out an edited video. So, and then we have video is ready, email not sent. All right. So this here is directly connected to this button here at the bottom. So what we want to do here is we are going to search for complete customers, because you're not going to use the video is ready button unless we're searching for complete customers. So if we go all the way back here, go back to August the 2nd, and we search for complete customers, all package types, or maybe you don't want all package types. Maybe you're just going to be looking for edited video and photos, if that's what it is, because you're not going to send somebody your edited video is ready email if they just got a raw package or if they only got photos or whatever. So we'll just look at this send video is ready button here. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to search for, I don't know, back to, let's just say the 23rd of November, because I know I got somebody in there. And, you know, or maybe you want to search, usually you're going to be searching for a certain day. So let's say today's the you know, maybe the 27th of November, which it isn't, but let's just say it is. And like you're trying to get out the edited videos from a couple days ago that have been finally edited by your editor. Again, this is only if you're deciding to send out edited videos. So I'm just going to search for that day, which is the 25th. And I'm going to search for complete customers, and that's the only customer you're going to send a video is ready email to is a complete customer. All right. So, and then we're going to search for, I don't know, I'm going to search for edited OS videos and photos. Edited outside video and photos, and see if, because I know I might have some customers in there. Or, again, we could search for all package types if you wanted. And you would just need to make sure that if you're searching for all package types, that you only selected the people that you want to send emails to. So, in this case, we've only got one person that's needs to be notified that their edited video has been uploaded to the cloud. And what we would do is we would just check on the checkbox here, or if we had a list of people and we knew that everybody on that day had an edited video and all the videos were uploaded, because we can see the customer file count here. So in the customer folder, this is what we'd be looking for, the 0 here. And the edited folder file count, well, that's just because I've got a structure set up so that you can have a remote editor that only has access to the edited folder file count, and the folder structure for the edited folder, the editor folders and the customer folders is exactly the same, so you can easily just drag and drop all of your customers' folders from the edited folder into the customer folder, and it will just automatically put in the edited videos into the edited video file. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, again, check out the Vidiot folder structure. It's in the documentation here. So I know that they've had their, let's just say that this is showing 1, and I know that I'm guessing that it's got to be a video that's in there because it only counts MP4 files. And if that says 1 and this says not sent, then they haven't been notified that their video is up and ready. Now they don't need to be notified because, maybe they just go back in and they check. But I like to notify customers that their video is in there and now they can go in and they can find their video in their shared folder. So I'm just going to click on send videos ready email. You can see there's some info here if you wanted to look at this. And back we go. And I'm going to send videos ready email. Oh, it's disabled for the demo, which makes sense. But you would just click on send emails and then you're going to go to another screen. You need to be patient while this compiles. If you're sending out 100 emails, it's going to take time for the program to loop through every single address, compile an email, send it out. So you'll know it's working because you'll see it working up in the corner here. You'll see the little spinny icon, I'm sure. And then once it's complete, it will take you to another page that will give you a report. Scan through the report and it will show success, success, success. And if there was an error of any sort, either updating the database or sending an email to the customer, it will be in red and it will say error. So I'm not going to send the email here because I know it's not going to work because it's been disabled for the demo. All right. And then what's going to happen is that once you go back to this person again, it's going to say video is ready, email sent. Again, I'll talk a little bit more about this in another documentation video to help you understand how the whole edited video processing works and how you can have remote editors and do, there's just a lot of different scenarios and a lot of versatility in how you can have how you can have your videos edited if you decide that obviously you want to have an edited video. So I think that's about it. Again, I know it was a long one, and thanks for listening. And if you have any questions, you can email me again, and you can find my number on this website, and I'll do whatever I can to help you out. See ya!